Hey everybody, this is Camille. I'm doing something a little different today. I am doing a Creative Connect and go ahead and tap in. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe and follow me online. I want to share something for my creatives. And one of my goals for this year is to launch out and do more in 2025. So this is a little bit out of my comfort zone, so y'all bear with me, but I plan to get through this. Just a couple of housekeeping things. During this live, I have sale going on. So if you go right now and subscribe to my website throughout this entire live, just to be fair, I do understand people are beginning to get out of work or get their kids from school. Use the live code 50. Go to my website, my entire website, all of my creative tools, everything is 50% off, 50% off. I'm going to leave this up until 7 p.m. This evening, just because some people may be catching the replay. Hey, Janessa, what's going on? Some people may be catching the replay on this, and I do want everyone to catch the deal, what's going on right now. Hey, Olivia, be sure to like and share with your timeline. I'm going to share something for creatives, and I think you all will appreciate this. But the live sale code live50 is the code, and all of my products, digital tools, my master course, everything is 50% off to catch this, and it'll be on until 7 p.m. this evening. That is the flash sale. Also, y'all, tomorrow night, the Speaker Podcast, we're coming back with another episode. I'm sitting down with Whitney Victoria. She is a celebrity stylist. She's also the creator and founder. If you all have seen when I wear the red lip, that is her flagship color from her business, her brands. That is called the Whitney Victoria Collection. It is a vegan, all stay matte. You can also wear it as a shine. So anytime you've seen me in the red lip, the color is known as Victorious. She's also an author and new podcaster. She's coming here tomorrow night on the Speaker Podcast. We're gonna have a really good conversation and to catch up on some things. She is one of my day ones. And then Friday night, we're doing a little pop-up. The queen of choirs is coming back. The elder LaShawn Chandler is coming in, and we're gonna have a really, really good conversation. RDU. She's coming in, and that's gonna be a really good time. So I look forward to seeing you all there here or there, wherever you are, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe. We have a lot of amazing things going on. I'm working on something behind the scenes, you all, and I cannot wait to share that. And I'm gonna have to do some updates on that. I'm very nervous, but after the conversation through the live stream with Pastor Mark, and he's been talking about vision and vision casting, I've been very nervous. They say if it's bigger than you, then if it's not bigger than you, then it's not God. And this thing is definitely bigger than me, and I'm really nervous about this. But I'm like, you know what? There's no way that he could be my pastor, sit under this leadership, and we don't launch out into the deep and elevate things in 2025. So that's what I'm doing. I cannot wait to make that announcement. Y'all, I'm nervous, but I'm going to do that. So be sure to subscribe to my website. I'm going to send some information here for you all. You can go to Facebook page, the podcast, the Speaker Podcast. I'm also on Facebook and YouTube. Also at Camille.Astic, and I would love to hear from you at the Speaker Podcast at gmail.com. Some of those prompts I'm gonna have to update very soon. Also for a very, very good reason. Yes, wait, Janessa, everything is coming through, coming up. And yes, Elder LaShawn is showing up for a pop-up. So I think we got all of the housekeeping items out of the way. I just want to make sure because I'm watching everything here as I run this live stream. This is very different for me versus just straight podcasting. So please just bear with me. So I want to get into logos. And the reason why I want to tell you all this because your logo does matter. Also, let me know where you're watching from so I can shout you out. And thank you for tapping in. Your logos do matter, and I'm going to share a story with you why they matter in my personal experience. So let's wind the hands of time back. And Courtney, thank you. Wind back the hands of time. So my first business brand venture was called Burning Sands. A lot of people don't know about it, but Sands was a jewelry accessory business for sororities, meaning I had jewelry and accents like brooches, necklaces, etc. for my sororities, Sigma Gamma Rho, Deltas, aka Zeta. That was my line. Burning Sands. I was so proud of it. This was back in the day when we were doing okay, it's my home city, Nashville. This was back in the day when, we were all doing the Game of Thrones logo, like the shield, the crest, and because it had that collegiate feel, so the shield, the crest, or the logo for my brand had a very collegiate, presence to it. Of course, if you've seen a crest, you have the lettering, then you have, like, the curlicues of the scripting on there. Yes, Olivia, I did do that. That was in 2013. I was in the Navy, fresh off deployment, and I was a part of then Power Five, founded by Mark Coley, and so that was my first business. But very quickly, I ended up pivoting into the lash game, and I had my lash brand. Y'all remember Kamiki Mink, and I had Kamiki Mink for a long time. It opened a lot of doors for me, and with each venture, I learned so much about myself in terms of, brand development strategy. Did not know it was leading me to where I am today. It was really like school. And so with, Kamiki Mink lashes, and I went full on, y'all. I had all my lashes, and then I began to introduce beauty brushes. She said, I need another pair. I don't do Kamiki Mink anymore, which is crazy because a lot of people, even now, are still asking me about Kamiki Mink. And I see people tapping in here on various platforms. So I'm not ignoring you all. I'm just making sure I'm responding to everyone. And so through Kamiki Mink, I joined a glam squad called the Real Glam Room, and it was an amazing experience, because with the glam room, the real glam room, I had the opportunity. I was afforded the opportunity to do makeup and lashes at the Stellar Awards, and so I did that in 2017. And they were like, "Oh, we really like you. Come back." And so the following year, 2018, I was invited back, and so we went back to Las Vegas again, doing, makeup and lashes with that glam group. 2019, I was invited back a 3rd time, and I turned it down because I was in college, in school at that time, wrapping up my 1st degree, and I had midterms, and I could not go, and I could have gone, but I did not wanna risk me graduating on time and then attend that too, so I had to decline, the Glam Squad for 2019 Stellar Awards, but the fact that I got invited back for a 3rd year was an honor. And a lot of those people I met from the group, the founder, Queen Campbell, Yolanda Moran, I met some amazing people that I'm still in connection with to this day. So then while I was in the Navy, God um, opened the door for me to begin podcasting. It was a hard pivot. It was really out of my wheelhouse. I was like, God, okay, what are we doing? And that's where the logo situation comes into play because my initial logo, y'all, it had a lot of it was busy. I had colors in there. I wanted to be very feminine and girly like me because I'm super feminine. Um, and what I felt was a representation of myself. Because I was like, oh, this is me, and I wanted to embody who I am, but not thinking about it from a business standpoint or branding standpoint. And so at the time, my mentor was like, your logo is great. It's really pretty, but honestly, Cam, I would not wear this. And y'all, my feelings were so hurt because this was the first time I spent money to have someone design a logo because all my other logos I did myself. And so, well, I take it back. Burning Sands, I did pay for that logo, but this logo was like my first major logo on such a scale. And he was like, I would not wear your logo. And again, it cracked my face. And I'm like, well, why? And he was like, I wouldn't wear it on a shirt. I would not put this on a hat, a cup, a pen. It's pretty, but it's not brandable. And the first time I had ever heard that term was speaking to him. And he told me that my logo was not brandable. And then he proceeded to break down to me why, although it was pretty, it was not brandable. And he said, "Cam, because your logo should be something that is easily transferable, meaning can I put this on?" He started asking me questions. Is it something that you can put on a shirt, a hat, a cup, a pen, a notepad, a bag? Would somebody want to wear this? And I started thinking about it and I was like, probably not. And even as someone that does graphic work, when someone hands you a logo and it has a lot of scripting, a lot of colors, a lot of busy, it's very difficult to design on a flyer or graphic because of all the busy curly fonts. If you look at a font, maybe like I think it's ANIMO. I'm gonna put it in the comments so you all can see it. It's a very clean, very simple font. And this font, um, it doesn't have any ends. Like, for example, if you look at Times New Roman, it has like a little tick on the end or what I call a leg, versus if you look at this font, it's a very clean font. And so when you have clean fonts, those type of fonts are very easy to transfer to another image. They're very easy to put on any background, any format. It's easy to reprint. Simple fonts are easy to reproduce in a production standpoint or a printing standpoint. And so then he began to ask me um as far as utilization, he said, look at major brands and companies, look at their logos. And when you look at these companies, their logos, like if you look at McDonald's or Target or Nissan, just the simplicity of the logo, not a lot of colors. If they have a color, it's usually one color, maybe two, but most companies only have one main color. Like if you look at Target, it's red and white, but the heart of that logo is red. If you look at McDonald's, golden arch. If you look at Walmart, it has like the blue starburst, right? If you look at how Kia has rebranded itself, yes, it says Kia, but they turned their name into a logo as well with the new scripting. If you look at Kia's logo, so in your free time, go and Google and look up major companies and look at their logos. Look at how many colors are in their logos. And then probably what I'm saying, if I'm making sense or if you're understanding, let me know in the comments below. So this conversation with my mentor made me really think about, okay, I need to simplify my logo. I need to clean it up. I make this easier and more brandable because it needs to be something that I can design easily. If I'm doing something and someone's like, "Hey, send me your headshot and your logo so I can put this on a flyer," because it's going to make life easier for you. It's going to make life easier for your graphic designer. For me, I do all my stuff, so it makes it easier. Even if you look right now on this live, if you look in the upper third right here, you see my logo, but it's not really busy. I have two colors, but I can also make it one flat color or I can make it a dual tone like this one. But if someone were to ask for this logo that I'm pointing to right here in this upper third, you can see how easy it is to transfer to another image. And I don't have a lot of script and curly cues because it's very difficult when you're trying to Photoshop or remove a background. I did some work for someone last year, love them to life, and I was doing something for them, but their logo was really busy. It had 3 or 4 colors in it. It had a lot of busy scripting, and, I was telling them like, "Hey, maybe you should go back to your graphic designer and think about simplifying this." But because they're so committed to that logo, because 'cause they've had it for years, maybe they did themselves, they weren't trying to listen to me, and there were some times where the yeah, I can say that the conversation got tight, because they were so emotionally attached. Even now, they're so emotionally attached to their logo, and they weren't hearing me. And it wasn't that I was being negative or trying to throw shade or tear down their logo, but me and my marketing mindset, I'm like, "Hey, this is too busy. You need to go back to your designer and let's and have them simplify this logo." And maybe at some point in time, they'll do it. But during that conversation last year, that person wasn't trying to hear me. They're doing phenomenal things in the industry, amazing person, but they're locked into that logo. And I really feel like going forward from a creative standpoint and a branding standpoint, things will be easier if they were to scale it down and make it simplistic, remove some of the colors, choose one color, maybe two, and come up with a simplified, clean, chic logo because that's just where we are right now in the scheme of branding. And I don't see that changing. If anything, I see it being stripped down anymore just because of where we're going in terms of technology and design. So I'm hoping this is helping you all. Hey Tanya, thank you for tapping in and that you all are getting something from this. But that was just my experience. And although I feel like, man, I spent money for this and thinking about the money I spent, but when you're keeping records and you have your business, of course you can put that in your tax filings for the following year. So I was able to write it off. But at the same time, I had to go back to the drawing board and think about, okay, what is this message conveying not only to me, but also to the people that's in my market, right? Because although you love it, but you are not your total audience. You have all these other people that are coming to you and that will come to you. And so when they see this logo that I'm pointing to, those that follow me, they know, oh, that's the speaker podcast, right? And so I put that on, I would say 80 to 90% of everything I do. I'm doing this live right now. If you're subscribing, if you're just tuning in, I am running a flash sale until 7 p.m. tonight. Just go in, be sure that you're a subscriber, use the code live50 and you can get 50% off my entire store. And as you see right there, you can see my logo right above where it says use code, if that's also another reference. But yes, the sale is going on until 7 p.m. tonight. Use live50 and you can get 50% off store wide. That's all products. That means all of my Instagram templates, all my ebooks, e-products, my masterclass. If you have not been on the site, be sure to tap in because I dropped some new products on the site yesterday. I'm doing some updates, have some major things coming on. Pastor Mark, yay, y'all. It's like when your dad pops in. So that sale is going on. I dropped some new product because, again, sitting under Pastor Mark, I felt so convicted and I was like, I have to do this. So I'm making that announcement once everything is, the ink is dried and I get some things off. I'm going to make that announcement as well. Be sure you subscribe to my website because that information is coming up. And what I'm doing now is setting the foundation for the future of what's to come through the speaker podcast and everything within a digital scope that I'm touching. So I hope you got something from this. Y'all be sure to tap in, take the notes, take what I said to heart. Even though we can be so emotionally locked in into what we're doing as far as our logos, think about the future of your brand. Think about the messaging. Think about your clients and customers. Think, hey, can I put this on a shirt? Is this transferable? Can I put this on a hat? Will somebody want to wear this? And for me in that situation, the answer was no, because although I'm super feminine and I wanted, everything to represent me, it was like, from a branding standpoint, it was not realistic and it just was not good for strategy. And so I had to swallow my pride and my emotion and step out of my emotion and step into the reality of what I was doing. So I'm so glad that my mentor told me that my logo was trash, and it really made me just want to change everything. So if you did not catch everything, be sure to go back, circle back. Just some housekeeping things. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube, the celebrity, stylist, author, and podcaster Whitney Victoria. She's coming back on Facebook and YouTube Live. It's going to be an amazing conversation. And then Friday night, the Queen of Choirs, Elder LaShawn Chandler, is tapping in. That's going to be a really good conversation. Be sure to catch the sale, 50% off Live 50. It's until 7 o'clock tonight. Y'all, if you have questions, be sure to email me at thespeakerpodcast@gmail.com. I cannot wait to hear from you. This has been my first live. I appreciate you all so much, and thanks for tapping in. And I think, this is my second live, so I think I did pretty good, y'all. Be blessed, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Speaker Podcast. Be sure to follow Camille on Instagram at camille.essig, Facebook at the Speaker Podcast, or www.camilleessig.com.